The chapter on international investment is divided into three parts. Part 1 will deal with foreign direct investment and its determinant. Part 2 will speak about multinational corporation and its entry modes, while Part 3 will teach us about foreign portfolio investment and its determinant. As we all know, liberalization of economies across the world has increased the movement of products and capital between nations. International trade has enabled multinational companies to expand by exporting their products across world. In addition to this, the growth of multinational corporations have been more facilitated by the movement of capital across borders. Hence, a study on foreign investment, types of foreign investment, their determinants, and entry mode would be quite interesting. Let us try to understand the meaning of foreign investment and its composition, along with types of foreign direct investment and components of foreign direct investment. Foreign investment refers to a situation where a company or individual from one nation invests in assets or ownership stakes of a company based in another nation. It is a medium for MNCs to expand and grow by opening up a new manufacturing plant and accessing cost effective and skilled laborers in developing nations, taking advantage of low cost production base or lower taxes. Foreign investment leads to growth of jobs and income in host nation. Foreign investment also involves capital flows from one country to another. It can be classified into foreign direct investment and foreign portfolio investment. Foreign direct investment are the physical investments and purchases made by a company in a foreign country, mainly by opening plants and buying buildings, machines, factories, and other equipment in the foreign country. They are generally long term in nature and help to boost the economy of the host nation. Whereas foreign portfolio investment involve corporations, financial institutions, and private investors buying stakes or positions in foreign companies that trade on a foreign stock exchange. It includes investment in equity and debt and are short term in nature. UNCTAD defined foreign direct investment as an investment involving a long term relationship and reflecting a lasting interest and control by a resident entity in one economy in an enterprise resident in an economy other than that of the foreign direct investors. Foreign companies like Cisco, Nestle, Suzuki, Honda are some of the examples of FDI in India. The ownership level required for a direct investment to exist is at least 10% of the voting share. The different types of FDI includes horizontal FDI, vertical FDI and platform FDI. When the multinational company undertakes the same production activities in multiple countries, it is referred to as horizontal FDI. For example, if Apple manufactures iPhone in 7 different countries, then it will be considered as horizontal FDI. But if a firm locates each stage of production in the country where it can be done at the least cost, then it is called as vertical FDI. For example, if different part or a component of iPhone is manufactured in 7 different countries and ultimately assembled in a particular nation, then it will be considered as vertical FDI. Whereas platform FDI means a foreign investment from a source country into a destination country for the purpose of exporting to a third country. Example, Apple producing iPhones in country A but with the intention of selling it to country B. Selling here would mean exporting it to country B. The three components of FDIs are equity capital, reinvested earnings, and intra-company loans. Equity capital is the foreign direct investors' purchase of shares of an enterprise in a country other than its own. Reinvested earnings comprise of the direct investor's share of earnings not distributed as dividends by affiliates or earnings not remitted to the direct investor. Such retained profits by affiliates are reinvested. Intra-companies loan refer to short-term or long-term borrowings and lendings of funds between direct investors and affiliate enterprises. The different determinants of FDI would mean basically the factors which attract FDI to different locations. These determinants basically would answer our queries on why few countries get or are able to attract more of foreign direct investment as compared to other countries. The determinants of FDIs can be broadly classified into market size, natural resources, trade openness, labor cost and productivity, infrastructure development, economic and business environment of the host country. Let us start with market size. It is measured in terms of GDP or GDP per capita. Large market helps in efficient utilization of resources and exploitation of economies of scale. Size of the host country's market has been proved to be a major factor in determining the inflow of FDI. Higher GDP per capita implies better prospects for FDI in the host country. Firms prefer to build factories in countries like India, China, and Brazil. Large stable markets in North America and Western Europe also attracts FDI. Second, natural resources. Existence of natural resources is likely to attract huge FDI in host economy. Most of the FDI in developing and transition economies are resource seeking. MNCs prefer to invest in economies where natural resources are available at a lower cost. For example, Japan's largest paper mill owns huge forest and the processing facilities in Australia, Canada, and US, as the forest cover in Japan is quite less. Third, trade openness and also trade barriers. The trade openness eases the movement of capital in and out of the country. The countries that follow open trade policies will eventually attract FDI inflows compared to the countries that are more restrictive in nature. But certain empirical studies have revealed that trade restrictions can also have a positive impact on market seeking FDI. For example, Fuji Photo Film Company has set up a manufacturing plant in US to avoid the payment of tariffs imposed by US on its product. The next determinant is labor cost and productivity. Generally, it has been found that Countries with a high cost of labor do not attract FDI. Labor cost has been found to be a significant factor in labor intensive industries and export oriented subsidiaries. So, companies which are labor intensive in nature would look at the countries which can offer them labor at a competitive rates. Infrastructure development is the next determinant. If the foreign investment is in the infrastructure sector, then MNCs might prefer to invest in an economy with poor infrastructure. Otherwise, under all other circumstances, lack of proper infrastructure facilities is seen as a major obstacle in attracting FDI. So, economies generally with better equipped infrastructural facilities would attract more foreign direct investment. The last determinant is economic and business environment of the host countries. Factors such as political and economic stability, low inflation rates, progressive taxation system, stable exchange rate, lower national debt, especially the external debt, lower fiscal deficit positively impact the FDI flows and vice versa.